Couldn't think
Bingo.
Bongo.
Bingo.
What rhymes with apricot?
Snot. Thought.
Better snot. Apricot, better snot. Drop. You can make drop work.
You are taught.
We have all the cables go through where DJ sits, so they're all tangled up in him.
You're a thought.
Oh yeah, that's like sexy these days, right?
Being a thought?
Yeah, or no?
No,
because it's that hoe over there.
It's not good.
What?
So it's not a
yeah,
positive
that's what
thing.
thought stands for.
No.
That hoe over there. So
It's
it's
a acronym.
yeah, like a DGAF, but
Thought
it just works.
is an acronym.
Yeah.
I see that everywhere.
Yes.
That hoe over there. Oh, so it's not. You don't want to be called a thought.
No.
Ooh, I've been called a thought and took that as a compliment.
Hey, good for you. I mean, you know,
I thought it stood for like that's hot.
No. Oh, I could see. No, it's an acronym. Yeah.
Oh, stop calling me a thought.
Don't do it.
Don't
Roxy
do it.
said stop
Caught.
it. Caught works
Thank
with that.
you, Danny.
Snot.
I mean, apricot has a
said
cot
snot.
in the. It works. Though.
And,
Apricot.
and it was brought to
There you go. Brat works.
the potty.
Before we get into
Pot is how we say in Massachusetts, in Boston, party. Potty.
yeah, you
Oh,
guys
that's
have
a party.
Y'all got a drawl, don't you?
One of my
Got that
favorite bits of
draw.
that classic movie I mentioned in the last stream, The Limey, is since he's Cockney, he does a lot of Cockney slang.
And what's that sound like?
And nobody understands what he's
It's
saying.
Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
But no,
What's
but
it
it's
sound like,
but
Sam?
even then the actual
I can't think of it.
the actual
Governor. It's the
no, but you're
British
talking about the
British.
accent. The slang is much more complicated because it was a way they basically created their own language. So I'm trying to think of a good example, but it would be you'd rhyme. So if you were going to go, shit, man, I don't even have a good example of it.
Dick Van Dyke.
I'm
Yeah.
not lost.
I'll create a hypothetical one.
Okay.
You say that guy's a kite, and you'd be like, what? He's like Dick Van Dyke, rhymes with kite, and so you say that, and it's like,
Okay, but you
wait,
know when
what?
you
That's
say-
like 3 levels of rhyming
When
stuff.
you say Dick Van Dyke
Yeah.
rhymes with, and it's hard to understand, you've
Yeah.
got to really enunciate your kite.
Yeah.
Because Vic Dan.
Yeah,
Van
I
Dyke
know.
does not
But I know, I understand. But the point
I just
is,
wanted everybody at home to be clear.
Yeah.
on
The
what
Point
you were
is, go USA for making it plain and simple.
Yeah.
We're the vanilla
Also,
of
I still don't
languages.
understand why somebody does that.
Huh? Because they are bored.
Oh,
It's a rainy town.
So
You gotta.
bored. And
also, if
that's
you're like you're in
the
a more
toward.
in a less affluent area, you might be involved with criminality, so you have your own language to create some distance between what you're saying and what cops would understand that you're saying.
Also,
which is how you've been paying.
Oh, you're right, man.
Point is, watch
in
The
great
Limey.
timing.
Everybody should go watch The Limey on Amazon Prime. It's a really fun movie.
But also, should you be watching Black Lightning on the CW? Let's go ahead and hop right into it with our Patreon chat. This is season 2.
I don't like the laugh you did.
Episode 11.
Ask my permission next time.
The Book of Secrets,
Secrets,
Chapter
1,
Prodigal Son. Jefferson zeroes in on
I thought we were
Tobias.
gonna do the whole thing
We weren't going to make it. I'm just going to plow right through. Zeroes in on Tobias as a suspect for a recent malicious attack. What? He did something bad?
What?
He thinks Henderson will back him, but is in for a surprise. Lynn confronts her difficult past.
In this
I don't think that
episode-
sums up what happens in this episode.
Not quite. In this episode, quick question: when you saw Tobias waterboarding somebody, did you think it was the nerdy dude?
I thought it was definitely thought it was a nerdy dude.
I
It's
thought
just
it
some
was
random
It was
dude.
just a random dude.
Yeah, that died.
That was so confusing to me.
Full disclosure, I haven't seen this episode of Black Lightning.
Ooh, you missed out. It's actually they're I think they're back on two track.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so too. But it was set up so strange because he asks Nerdy Dude to do something. Then we see him waterboarding somebody who you can't see who it is because they're fully covered, i.e. waterboarding.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like, you didn't do what I asked you to do and now you suffer. That's what Tobias sounds like in my head. And then it just...
I mean,
what was that?
Was he
fair, though.
waterboarding or drowning him?
he was waterboarding because he was trying to get basically teach him a lesson, and then when he dies, he's like, "Oh shit!" He wasn't paying attention and holding him under the water for
That's
too
not
long.
waterboarding.
No, he was.
Uh-huh.
He
It's
had
the
a thing on his
thing on
face.
his face, water
and
coming
you,
down.
Yeah, and jumping water.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it was
His waterboard. He
Gotcha.
he let him. He just held him down until he
Gotcha.
passed out, died, whatever.
That seemed to me was like, are you trying to remind us how brutal Tobias is? Because I don't forget. I
literally
just saw
last
him rip out somebody's spine.
Yeah.
What are you what's happening here?
I liked it
everybody's
because
gotta have a hobby.
Yeah, he's gonna have hobbies, and he was working on waterboarding. Guess what?
guess.
Gonna need more practice because you're not supposed to kill him. You're just supposed to get
You
information out
suck
of
at
him.
waterboarding, bro.
Dude, that's
you can't
so
even
embarrassing.
waterboard.
It's embarrassing for sure.
Besides that, though, I like that I always start with the little tiny 2-second scene that bothered me. This was a good episode. It was something you and I have a different opinion on what actually happened with Khalil, because you think he dead.
I think we got an image of him in the hospital. There it is.
or he's getting a massage. Really hard to tell.
Total, and with the circle and a total massage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also, like, shouldn't they have had restraints on him or something so he doesn't tweak his back? Like, he's just
Or
too
also
free
because he's
flowing.
a criminal.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's
his
true.
whole
supposed to
spine
go to
got
jail
ripped
for
out
the
of his
rest of his
body.
life.
I don't think he's gonna be worming around on that table.
Well, I'm not-
He couldn't even worm around on the
I'm not saying
concrete.
worming on purpose. I'm just saying, like, you're trying to make sure somebody lives and thinking about surgery. You got to keep them. You know what you do with somebody's neck or head? You stabilize it. He's so just like loosey goosey.
Real quick, they just dumped him out of the car with the robot spine. Did they just try squishing it back in? Did they try?
We did miss that part.
Ooh, let's
They
just
did
see if
say
it fits right back in.
It was asked, like, why don't we put a new one in? And they were just like, we don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we didn't put it in him. We don't know what it is, and it got yanked out of him. It didn't get surgically removed.
But I don't feel like anybody tried. Like, why isn't Gamby working on that?
because we were busy on
Why
a.
aren't you just trying to put it back in?
Because to be
Just
fair,
squish.
Eric, there's you can start raising questions about this, but I think from my point of view, this all went really fast. Like what happened with Khalil, and we'd have to start researching like this. They made it seem like it was alien technology that no one knows how he got a hold of this, where Tobias got a hold of it.
Alien technology?
The doctor did when they were talking about
Just something they really don't
alternatives.
understand.
They don't understand it when they even throw
Are
out
you
the
using
idea.
alien as the term foreign, or are you using alien like literally from not this world?
Both, because I don't know what it is. Because
Okay.
and also we play with aliens enough. We hang out with them. One of them is a star of the show, blonde. You remember her? We talked about her earlier. So it could be anything. And so because even remember when
Nailed it.
and we had the tattoo man somehow come back to life. Never dealt with how that happened.
Yeah.
Well,
even though it
he
was
was
cool.
on somebody's arm and tattooed.
No, people got on his arms.
Yeah, that's how he got back to life.
Interesting. If you're good with that, you're good with that. But I was fine with them.
Can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery, but can come back to life.
Interesting. That's how the rules work. I like that the timetable was pretty quick. He had something super severe happen to him in the entire episode. He's basically unconscious, but besides the times when he tries to talk to Jefferson and he tries to talk to Jennifer,
And Jennifer got in his head, and they were at prom, which I thought was a beautiful scene.
We got a Jennifer in there.
Where?
There she is.
Oh yeah. She got
Also, by the way, I love that this show, tons of shows don't lean into the fact that a lot of African American women change up their hairstyles all of the time, because shows are nervous that when you show a character with different hair, you're going to have to explain for some reason why they have different hair.
Mm-hmm.
And this show DGAF, and they're just like, no, this is how women of her age, like she's a 17-year-old girl who's always mixing up her look. You can just do that.
Yeah,
like,
her ex just got a spine ripped out. Time to change things up a little
time
bit.
to change your hair and your wardrobe. Like, I love that this show does not stop to address, like, now my hair is shorter today. Now it's longer. Like, now I'm wearing this velour sweatshirt. Like, they just let her. And I never see this on TV. I'm so happy about it.
I liked it too. And
not
also,
relevant,
hey,
but-
maybe she was like, maybe if I make my hair shorter, Cleo won't try to like reach up and grab it or something. It's a little bit further away now.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because that seems like Khalil's lifeline.
But going into bringing the woman who can like create dreamscapes where Jennifer can like work on her abilities and actually understand them, giving it as like for what I interpreted as a farewell to Khalil, being like, we're not gonna be able to go to prom together. We're not gonna be able to do basically your life's over. Right before you die, though, we can give you one little tiny piece of happiness.
Prom.
With prom. Hey, if they're kids, that's where life ends for some people in high school.
But it's not just about his happiness. It's about her final memories.
Yeah, and it's not even
She needed
anything.
that.
They don't even go to prom. It's just like he gets to walk around. He gets to use his legs, and at the last and basically he says goodbye to her. There's no like kiss. There's nothing like that. It's just you aren't in pain, and you just walk off into nothingness.
No.
I just don't believe that he's dead, because it doesn't feel like his storyline is wrapped up. And that doesn't mean that I think he's going to be back this season, But at some point, if we had alien technology then, and we've got these pods, and we've got these ways to extend life, and also Walt Disney is frozen, so like we know it's possible.
And in the universe, that's what it is. He was in one of the pod
really
kids.
got progressive here.
Oh
and,
yeah, real weird dig to Disney.
He's the villain of season 3.
Yeah.
Whoa. But it's like he's on a robot.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that Walt Disney's head is frozen and his body is not.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't know how that works
that turned into
exactly.
dog
But
food.
maybe we put him on Khalil's body. It wouldn't quite look right, but it would be fine.
When you say his story's not done, what left is there to say about Khalil?
He needs to get his spine back.
I'm saying that I feel like these kind of shows like a more clear distinction, good guy, bad guy. And I think the way they left it without having them had sex, without having them have closure on their relationship, without having him have gone to prison or know if he redeems himself or know if he goes down the dark path or what happens with his mom, who they've been showing a lot recently. The whole thing just feels like it's got some loose ends. And I guess what better way to tie ends than dying? I guess it ties all of the ends. But it just felt to me like they were keeping this open for stories to down the line be reopened. Like next season.
What if they take his robot spine and squish it into his mom, and then she gets his powers?
Interesting. Squish it. You
Squish
keep saying squish it.
Squish it. You just squish it.
or even if it like he had a twin or
gross. Ew, the Gotham's leaking into the show. God,
I'm not
it.
I'm not pushing what I want at this point. I'm just saying that this actor seemed so like it did not feel like his final moments on the show.
That I got enough closure with the character because you had him running away with Jennifer and trying to get away from, basically he's made mistakes and he was in a desperate time when he made those decisions, and guess what, they were all wrong. And now at the end of this, he paid for what happened because he has ruined some people's lives, even though he wasn't trying to, purposely. But when if you get mixed up with bad people, there's going to be consequences. And also, we need a motivation this season because Tobias has kind of just been going around doing cleanup work. It's like, well, let's kill this person for
what
past
is
this
Tobias
person.
Doing?
Exactly. And so I think this was a good catalyst for like at least a few characters. Yeah. It's like not only did he kill a kid, he brutally maimed a kid and left him to bleed out, unable to fend for himself. And it was an awful way to go. Is terrible. So I feel like this is a good motivation for Tobias's character moving forward, at least a little bit.
To take over the pod people as his army? Because that's what he's trying to do right now, right?
Yeah, no, I just mean as in, oh yeah, you do have some pod people. They're standing there.
By the way, the actress behind Lynn, that's in that pink sports bra and pants pod combination, like, I have so many questions for that actress. I just want to know, like, how long were you standing there? What is that actual process like? Like, are you actually tilted in that uncomfortable position? Did they talk to you about wardrobe? Why going into the pod you have to wear a sports bra and pants? Like, what was the process?
Are they
How many
frozen right
hours
now?
did you spend in the gym so that your abs could look fine in the pod? Like,
we'll get her on the show. We'll get her. I don't know. I can't see her face, but we'll bring her on the show.
Don't you feel like that's such a weird role? Like you're just standing and like, are you in a goo?
Yeah.
Is this all digitally
No, they're not in
done?
goos. We've seen it. They're not in goo. There's not a goo in sight in there.
Yeah, but then how are you just standing there frozen? Is it just an image of you like
it would have
displayed
been
back there? Is that footage? Or are you actually in the same scene?
No, those are 100% extras standing in the back.
Oh, I'm so happy about
but
it.
when it comes to Khalil's story, it was a majority of this episode, but we also got definitely a shout out to that cell phone mom who called the police on that black family in San Francisco that were trying to have a barbecue. Cool. You had a call out to that, but it was Jennifer crying in the parking lot and this white woman saying, "Oh, are you trying to steal my car?" Making a phone call.
You want to just punch the woman in the face.
Yeah.
You just want to punch her in the face. And I'm not even mad about what Jennifer did.
No,
I'm not even mad
What I
about
liked,
it.
though, was that Jennifer was definitely going to just shock the car, but instead, since she can't control her powers, it accidentally blew up the car, and it was like, uh-oh.
But I love the comment. She was like, "What are you going to do? Call the cops on God?"
Oh, yeah,
Lightning, bitch.
Yeah, she's like, "What? You thought it was me? How could I have done that?"
No.
Yeah.
There's plenty of superpowered people.
Yeah, we know. There's evidence.
Yeah.
There's a camera on the hospital right there. We saw it.
How sketchy is that woman, though, who helps Jennifer with her powers all the time, but knows where they are always.
Hey, man, dream powers.
Like, yeah.
Supergirl.
I feel like
Spiders.
she could
Look out for
eventually,
them spiders.
somehow she eventually could be working with Tobias and be used as such a weapon on Jennifer because she's the only one who can do that. And so, I don't know. She sketches me out. I'm very nervous about her.
Yeah, she's a little too OP.
Yeah.
Too powerful. She's either going to die in a really tragic way or she's going to become a villain. Ain't
Yeah.
that the lesson in all these shows?
Yeah.
I agree. What's
Or she's
happening
in
with
pain all the time.
I don't understand because I forget the name, so forgive me. It's either a pastor or a priest or a
Pastor. Yeah.
What's up with him?
So he was poisoned by Poison Lady
Yeah.
and
Classic.
dead. I'm guessing dead.
Dead,
That was
okay.
like that was wrapping up loose ends, and it was only done just because Tobias could, and it was just a motivation.
But you think he's gone off the show dead?
Give him like an episode, and he'll come back with a goopy spine. He'll have his own spider
Okay.
spine,
You
and
just
he'll
need
walk
to
in.
squish it in there.
Just squish it in.
Squish.
Which I like that story because I like that as well because it lining up with Khalil, we see that Tobias is now making big moves, especially with his smart techie kid breaking Dr. Jace out of the prison that she was being kept at. Also, by the way, Young Justice people watching, Dr. Jace is the scientist who turned Brion into Geo-Force and gave him his powers and is dating Black Lightning on that show.
Yeah.
So it was a cool, and bringing it back, and also the fun nod to Markovia in this show, meaning that Geo-Force could possibly come over on the show, which before Young Justice would have been I wouldn't have cared whatsoever.
Yeah, now it's like,
now
ooh,
you do.
maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
And I do like that this show just kind of wrapped up some of its like crazier storylines that I was getting just a little tired of. Like Looker has been gone for a while, and now the Runaways situation's
God
over.
Looker's not
Remember Looker? That was a rough one.
There's a situation we haven't talked about yet, which I know that fans are probably excited about, which is Anissa and I'm just tapping on the table, and Grace
Smooching it up.
smooching, doing the little hospital wait and dance.
It was a little bit in this episode, but I do like that they're together. It makes me happy. Grace has got her own thing going on, which I'm confused about. But I did like Henderson and Black Lightning working together. Like he took him to Gamby's place. He showed him like this is
But
the lair.
Wait, though. This confused me too. So when Henderson goes to Gamby's place and he's like, "Is there anything else you want to tell me?" And Jefferson's like, "Nope, this is it." Does Henderson's aware about Thunder and Lightning and about now this place, right?
Yes.
So why did it feel like the show was trying to wink, like there is something else?
Because on all these shows, we always lie. Everyone
Yeah,
lies.
but
and-
You gotta protect people.
But it feels like
Yeah.
he's not lying right now.
No, but
or is he?
we know better though, because he's not. But there's gonna be something.
Is it like the fact? Is it something to do with the pods? Was it? I just kept thinking to myself, like, what hasn't he told Henderson? I feel like he said everything. What am I missing?
I think I was suspicious as well, but I think I don't think there's anything else left. But I do
Okay.
like them teaming up. I like them being fully transparent with the police, and I like Henderson. That actor's great.
He's
and
so good.
And I like them working together too. I liked having Gamby in his ear, trying to get him to scan Tobias's apartment as they were looking around.
That was cool. And Gamby this season is so much strong. I mean, he's always been a great actor, but last season I know we had a couple issues with some lines. Of his.
And
they figured it out a little more this year.
I'm glad we're past the whole faking your death thing.
But we're not really past it because he still can't leave his bunker.
We're past the story of him of that, and now
past
he's
the
just
actual car.
It's just Alfred now stuck in the mansion instead of going outside. Now he's just stuck right there. He doesn't get to drive Bruce Wayne around.
I am calling it a bunker, but what actually is he?
It's a lair.
Yeah. all
It's
right.
a tailor shop, and I love that joke where he's like, "Oh, so you're not a tailor?" He's like, "No, I'm a tailor.
No, I
like,
am
I'm
a
good.
tailor,
I'm a
yeah.
good tailor." It's like, but also this. As a whole, I like that it for me it wrapped up Khalil's story in a way that's like, no, it's not satisfying. It's not satisfying fully for the character because like he fucked up.
We wanted to see Khalil and what's her face bone.
I never did
Everybody
that.
was obsessed with
Honestly,
it.
though, I do feel like part of the reason, if they did kill him off for good, or even killing him off for now, is the DJ problem, which is like you can't root for this couple right now. You just can't because he tried to kill her dad. He's made so many mistakes. He didn't kidnap her exactly, but he didn't not kidnap her.
He didn't work hard enough to take her
Take her
home.
home. Like, he didn't make her safer. He made her less safe for all those reasons. Like, even if you think they're two hot people who you want to see make out because CW and stuff.
Plus CW.
You just
And they are two
can't.
hot people.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there like, wait, I feel icky for even thinking this. Like, stop. What's our solution? Dead.
I get it, but I'm
Yeah.
glad that we're at least kind of wrapping that up and we can get back to Tobias. And I like how he's built out his team of people now. I like having the smart kid on his side. I like having Dr. Jace. So it's like he has an operation to make more metas and work with the pod kids. And he's using the smart kid to not only extort money from people, but also finding more metas. Like there's like he's building an army out with the 100 and with metahumans.
What did you think about the news that Tobias used to date? Did you comment on this already?
Dr. Jace?
Yeah, you said something about that?
No, I just know that they're working together now. But
No,
and
no.
they're both part of the same experiment.
No, not Dr. Jace. That Tobias used to date whatever her name is. I'm going to kidnap you. I've gone out to catch the kids.
Oh, Poison Lady.
Poison Lady.
There you go. Well, good for them. I don't remember that.
Oh, yes. She says it was like a really quick thing, but they made a point of it where he was like, I'm sorry, I never apologized to you.
Oh, I
And
don't
she
remember
was-
that at all.
He literally comes in like, I know I never apologized to you. She's like, it's okay. It was years ago. And we had a good thing. And he's
This
like,
won't ever
whatever.
come back later in the
He
season.
was like,
to be able to do it.
whatever.
One-
Yeah, it was just a weird. And I was kind of like, what?
But one
It's right
interesting
around the
thing,
waterboarding.
I was right about that time.
Yeah.
But one interesting part that I actually enjoyed was that we've got to finally have an answer for why Tobias is so goddamn old, and it's Dr. Jace, and Dr. Jace is also
the
crazy
serum
old.
or whatever she's
You
created.
got the serum. It's always a serum.
Can I have that dough?
Yeah, just a little bit. He's doing fine. He's super strong.
So out of 10 goopy spines.
Goopy spines. They
That's what
can't
we
go back
should-
in.
They can't go back in, we've determined.
I thought it was actually pretty good.
I thought it was 8 out of 10. I honestly really liked it.
I'd give it an 8 also.
Even though you did have more problems with the episode than I did.
I had a ton of problems with it, but I think by comparison to what we had done earlier this season, this felt more in line with season 1, so I was happy.
That's what I like to hear. But
Oh,
now,
Danny M. Oh, sorry, really
Sorry,
quick.
yeah.
Danny M said, "Is he gonna get a Doc Ock arm?" No, he dead.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely dead.
I don't feel like he is definitely
maybe he'll become
dead.
back as a cyborg.
Maybe as a ghost. You want to talk about Gotham?
If I have to vote for Cyborg or Ghost, I'm voting Cyborg.
There you go. That's a
If he
pretty.
comes back as Ghost, oh boy. Oh, what if he just
'Cause we're
lives in her
dealing-
dream place that...
Yeah.
Oh,
What a
no.
nightmare. There's some
Oh,
weird stuff to
no.
unpack there.
Because apparently we're dealing with ghosts now.
Yes,
apparently.
we are. But also, speaking of troubling over in
And
Scottish
another show with
accent?
an exceptionally long title.
Gotham. Let's talk about season 5, episode 4. Legend of the Dark Knight: Ruin. Gordon and Penguin are forced to work together, and alliances are shaken when Lucius, Nigma, and Barbara all have different ideas of the culprit behind the recent events at Haven. Meanwhile, Selena continues her quest for revenge against Jeremiah.
So a lot happened in this episode, and it was bomb.
Where's the meat?
Cool.
It was
Where's
bomb.
the meat?
So
Where's
episodes
the meat?
1 and 2 were 3 and 4 awesome. Meet MIA right now
Too
because Penguin's
crazy.
doing some random things, and he does not have time for the meat. I'm guessing it's still in his meat locker though,
Good. Well, at least
Yeah.
he's keeping it cold.
because we would know
Exactly.
if it wasn't there right now.
We would know.
Guess who's back together? If you guys had to guess which couple has a sexy makeout scene in this,
I'm
and
gonna
by
say-
sexy I mean, oh God, how did the show get me here?
Nigma and Selena, and it's gonna be gross.
No, I'm going to
Lucius.
say, and this is kind of cheating. I bet you it'll be Gordon and Barbara again because I know people were like, "Oh, they're going to have Batgirl."
Yeah,
Oh shit.
it is Gordon and Barbara.
Yeah.
Now I'm very,
Oh, we have a Gordon and Barbara. Hold on.
Oh, we've got one of those unlocked.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's got a haircut.
Yeah, she did.
Did they explain it?
She's got new leather. No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
They make out. She like goes to kiss him, and he does the "I'm not gonna kiss you," and then she goes to walk away, and he does the Barbara. And then you would like he goes to pull her in, and you think they're gonna kiss immediately, but he does. They don't. He pulls her in, and there's like 10 seconds, literally 10. We're just kind of staring at each other, like, "Are we gonna do this?"
Dude, that's hot.
and then
That's
and,
hot.
and as an audience member, I was just like, are they gonna do this? What is happening?
You know what would have been cooler though if it was Lucius and Penguin.
Yeah, I kind of hoping when she's saying that, and he says Barbara, and then he goes and runs and jumps in her arms like that
That
scene
would've
in It's
been
Always
awesome.
Sunny, the dance move, like runs and jumps in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know where Lee is. Probably in Deadpool, but I don't understand because the show made it seem like that was going to be the love of his life, and I know the implications of him being with Barbara and what that means for like what the future of the non-show would look like.
Yeah, because this show's really concerned about.
But they don't
setting that
care
stuff
about
up,
that. So I
yeah.
figured he would end up with Lee, and I feel like the only reason he didn't is literally because she is in a massive Marvel franchise or what
Yeah,
else
she
is
was in
up.
like the first 5 minutes of that movie.
And the end.
Yeah.
And the end.
But
Danny M writes in the chat, gotta make a Barbara for
Yeah.
sure.
So I don't know, and I'm not even mad about this because they're two hot people and fine, and there is kind of the legwork to get us here. But when you stop and think about everything she's done, it's like, oh no. So I just can't think about it too much. So they're on Team Makey Outie. We had another Two-Face storyline, and by Two-Face, of course, I mean Enigma.
I think we have a him too in there.
Oh, you do, of course.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah,
with his,
your favorite Two-Face you didn't even know you had.
Yeah, he's got that My Chemical haircut going on.
Yeah.
There is a Two-Face though, right?
So Riddler,
Season 1.
but not, and it's not him. But he has a lot of the characteristics. He is Riddler, and he does brutally kill an old lady this episode.
Cool.
That old lady in the picture, he wheels her out of a window.
That's cool.
He wants the information, and she finally informs him, "You're the one that blew up Haven." And he's so upset because he had been working with Lucius to figure out who blew up Haven.
No.
And then she says, "It was you." And he was like, and just wheels her right out of the window. And you see her fall out of her wheelchair and splat.
Now, to be fair, that is a
So-
fun callback to Batman Forever when Enigma takes his boss on the chair and wheels him out a window.
Yeah, but this was
Down
really
a
sad
waterfall?
because
Yeah.
That movie's
this
confusing.
little old lady is like, but you said you wouldn't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just kind of like,
You have to promise that to people. It probably
Yeah.
isn't a good.
that didn't work though. But it is interesting because I think most people thought that Jeremiah had blown up Haven.
Because of
the
course.
because of course. And now figuring out why Nigma, one of his two personalities, did this and who he is working with, which I have to assume was Jeremiah or somebody that we know, because otherwise what is the storyline?
Yeah.
So that will be really interesting to see. Selena maybe kills Jeremiah. She gets to him and stabs him like 4,060 times.
Where though?
Boom, boom, boom,
Right-
boom,
right
boom,
around his
boom,
organs.
boom, boom,
Right
boom.
in the meat.
Yeah.
She literally is like straddling him as she's stabbing him, like going for it. And then Bruce Wayne pulls her off and is like, "Time to go, Selena." And she's like, "Yeah, okay." And
Cool.
they leave. It was weird because we obviously didn't see him dead. And you have to assume he's not dead. Because otherwise, what was that for?
No.
Like, what was that? What was the whole thing for?
Well, because Joker's an idea, not necessarily a person.
They have tried
There's
to
a-
make that point a lot of times on the show.
Ain't that the truth?
So that was not my favorite part of the episode, but she has gone like so off the deep end, and Bruce is just head over heels in love with her. So it's kind of an eh.
Fun fact, Echo Spider, a.k.a. Danny M in the chat. Aaron Richards, who I had to look up was Barbara, came to a comic shop right before the show premiered, and I missed out on meeting her before the show. Made her a star. # sad day. I'm so sorry.
She is so good on the show. I will give her
Really?
that. I think so. For what
I'm trying not to poo-poo the show because we got people who genuinely like it who listen to this. So now I'm trying to pay you respect.
I can't explain. It's not the same as you with Gifted. I actually love this show.
Gifted's got me though. Gifted
Okay, it's got you a little more, but like it might be Stockholm. I don't know what it is,
probably.
but I love this show so much. Every time I'm watching it, I'm like, no, what? Yeah. And like, I'm sitting there by myself, fist pumping. So I don't care what you guys think about me and my meat locker. I don't care.
I know. What's a big deal? Who's got the meat?
Who's got the meat?
Who's got the meat?
Who's got the meat?
We just have this asset. Penguin has the meat.
If you're curious, it's Penguin.
It's Penguin.
Penguin's got it.
Yeah.
So we don't know if Jeremiah's dead. Penguin's got the meat and the friendship with Gordon.
Yeah, but he kind of doesn't now because there's no bigger enemies on the show than Penguin and Barbara. And if Jim's makey outie with Barbara, then he's definitely not gonna be friends with Penguin anymore. And Penguin turns on him really quick. Like Penguin does a weird thing this episode because they're all trying to figure out who did this thing with Haven, and they still don't know. Penguin shows up to the precinct with all of his guns and is like, "Here, cops, have all of our guns. Because we got to figure out who did Haven. We all got to team together." Barbara's like, "Yes, we do." They all team together to try to figure this out. They don't figure it out. And then Penguin turns on Jim, and Jim's men are like shooting with the guns Penguin gave him.
Yeah.
The whole thing was like,
That's some sharp writing right there.
What? And they've used all the drinking water. So now Penguin has the meat, but he doesn't have the water.
And they can't get out of Gotham.
I will give you this. I'm slightly unclear on that. I'm
Because
slightly
it
unclear.
seems like this is a war zone, and
Danny
we should
M,
just
help
give
me
up.
out and help me out because I think you love the show as much as I do. Why can't they leave? I know that they've said 1,000 times they can't, and something with the government and quarantine.
When is Bane supposed to show up?
Yeah, I thought there's a full episode called like I Am Bane. Mm-hmm. I thought that it was
at least
earlier.
by then. At least by then.
I thought it was earlier in the season, but I think that's episode like 6 maybe.
Next week then. Next week.
Probably that one is about that. But I thought about that, Sam, during this episode when I just stopped for a second and was like, wait a second. I know nobody can bring them anything, but why can't they leave?
They're 2 team trying to tunnel. Does that help? There, as in over there, 2 team trying to tunnel.
All the bridges blew up. Yeah, but I don't know why they can't
Like
boat
a
them out.
boat,
All the bridges
plane,
blew up. All the bridges blew up.
helicopter.
Because I think the people in Gotham
Boats.
want them to stay in
Boats.
Gotham. Like half the people in Gotham are trying to keep them there and won't let them leave. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer.
Because like you said, like 200 kids just got cooked, and like
Yeah, I think it was like 150 something dead. Like kids dead in Haven. But they can't leave.
I'm not signed to the show. It's like I just
You
get
are though.
out
You
though,
are
a
though.
little bit.
Yeah,
I'd get
you
out.
are.
I'd get out.
Yeah,
Well, out of-
Danny, you're not making this better.
FEMA should
help
be
me a
working
little more.
harder.
Yeah, so out of
I
10
don't know.
dead kids, dead blown up kids.
Or 10 piles of tasty.
This episode was legitimately a 9. It's so good.
That's the highest thing she's rated any of the shows.
Out of everything.
Out of
Thought
everything.
Flash was really good. It's better. I mean, it's different rating
This
scales.
show, but nothing entertains me like this show. Again, I told you can't ask questions, Sam.
Sorry, you're right. Also, because Danny M writes, because anything coming in will get blown up like the helicopter.
I know that coming in, but why can't... I know that
just get that
the
foul.
helicopter tried to bring them supplies, and it got shot down.
Shot down. I remember. Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I still don't know why we can't like boat out, swim out. Why we're not spending any time or dedicating any resources to trying to get out.
Oh, there's 2 teams of people trying to tunnel out under the river.
But why can't we?
That way, could you just get a boat,
I don't know the answer.
like a speedboat,
Or
jet ski.
maybe like a small
And
raft.
I
Yeah.
truly don't care.
baby-
The show has
baby
told me
sharks.
they haven't exactly told me why, but the show has told me we can't leave, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
All right.
Nah,
Hey,
cool.
I don't. I'm not surveying the situation. Not really sure.
I'm
Gotta
not there,
trust
so
them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And they tell me you can't leave, just like any good citizen should do. Just listen to your government;
Yeah.
they'll never steer you wrong.
Danny M's just given up too. He said reasons.
You're right.
Yeah.
Reasons. But 9 out of 10. Sweet piles of tasty meat.
It's so good. It's
So good. Hey, I've heard that they're giving the fans everything they want this season, so God bless them, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm excited to talk about Gifted when it comes back next week. Big question mark.
So it just took 1 week off.
I think it's taking a little rest.
Quick
I think it's a little,
nap before the finale.
15 episodes is a lot, gang. You tried doing that with 19 cast members. There's a lot of people.
But why
And
can't they
then-
leave Gotham?
We're gonna be
Why,
doing.
why can't the Gifted? Man, they've been trying to. That's a big head scratcher this season on Gifted.
And
Why?
soon we'll be discussing Doom Patrol.
Oh, I'm so excited about
When does that actually drop for the people?
We will be allowed to share our thoughts on February 11th.
And when does it drop for the people?
I don't know.
Yeah.
After that?
It's in February.
Before that?
Mid-February.
Valentine's Day. What better to do with your sweetheart or by yourself, because nothing's wrong with that, than watch Doom Patrol
Yes.
for Valentine's Day?
Hell yeah.
Brought it full circle.
Kayla Marie says, I don't have time for all these shows, man.
Hear ya.
Then you're a coward.
Kayla, that's not true. You're not a coward, and don't let anybody tell you that unless
Except
it's your
Sam.
government telling you you can't leave Gotham, and then be a coward.
There you go. You can be a coward. You can stay right there. Don't
Stay
leave.
there.
Get the meat.
Why can't they leave?
How bad do you guys want the meat? Let us know in the comments down below. It's very important. Sometimes I just watch these reviews to see what's going on with them. That's a great way to do it. Let's pitch it that way. Hey, you don't have to watch them because we will for you.
Yeah.
There you go. We got
that
a
is kind
crossover
of
coming
Sam
up.
and my MO. Like,
Yeah, we got you guys covered. Don't worry. We won't really poo-poo on all of them, but when it's dumb, we'll let you know. But gang, let's do plugs really quick. Roxy, where can they find you?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer. Sam cheats.
There you go, DJ.
At DJ Talks Trash. Stay tuned. We're working on some exciting stuff, so stay tuned.
There
Go
you
to
go.
endlessstupiddanswers.com and patreon.com. You're already at patreon.com/endlessstupiddanswers.
Stay here and maybe
Yeah.
check out the other tiers because we appreciate it. At Sam Basher, everywhere that matters. That's for me and my stuff. I do things. Also, again, I did a little tiny commercial with Jack in the Box. Please go retweet that because if you do that, means I get more to work with them more, and that'd be really cool.
And you retweeted it from your account.
And I'll
at
tweet
Sam
it out.
Basher, so
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
I'll tweet it out myself when I agreed to by contract. So can't do it yet.
And those are the non-technical terms.
Them's the rules.
Yeah.
So, gang, we appreciate you guys. Hope you're liking all these shows. Let us know what you think in the Discord, which you can join via Patreon. We'll see you next time.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Ooh, loud kisses.